Hi everybody. Maybe you're wondering why I made a first lesson for flute and then never a second one, because I think it's very difficult to do that. Because actually I think it's very difficult to know from where you start. So what I want to do is more giving you tips about and some information you can use. I think you should have a book you use to play, and better to have a teacher, actually, someone who helps you, because I want to see my student, I want to see what they do. We talked about where to place the lip plate before. It's important that it's under the red part so you can move the lip. That's one thing. The other thing is, after you get a note and everything, after you get sound, you put the flute there on the base of the index finger, about where this key is, like this. Then you bend your index and put your thumb there. And then you can blow a B natural like this. You can still use this motion to start the note, because it helps you to get your lips in place. And later you add the tongue, so more like a D. Don't think T, because a T in English and German and Swedish is aspirated. We don't want that. But the D without the voice, because one difference between the T and the D is the D is voiced. We don't want that for the flute, of course. So this is relaxed. The throat is relaxed. So that you can use later. But start with and play like B, A and G, these notes. So you can play around with them. And also, I think, if you have a book, read the music, like learn to read. When you have these three notes, if you start with three notes, you get used to reading them. If you start to read later, maybe you have a lot of different notes which you can't read. So if you start with 3 or 4, it's easy to learn them, and then just you add one by one. So reading music will be easy. It's not difficult, actually. I have another video about that, about reading music. I actually will change that, make a new one, because I'm not really happy with the one I made before. But still, if you don't read music at all, it can help you. So I got some book here, just like this song called Mary Had a Little Lamb, something like this. This kind of things are good to play. But I mean, I had students which could play like melodies over 1 octave or more after 20 minutes, the first lesson. Last week I had a new student who had no problems at all with the fingers. I mean, he could play a lot of things quite easily at once. He hadn't played an instrument before, but he played computer games, and it seems to help, actually. So the motor skills, he had the motor skills. So that's why it's very difficult to make videos for beginners, because I think you need to know where they are. So take some tips, like what I want to say is, like, start with a few notes, try to read them, use the motion in the beginning, put the flute on the right place, this. Also here the thumb behind the tube, this if you can, and use this finger at once. That's it. And then play away, like simple stuff. And buy a book, or if you can download one from the internet, can be. So that's about that. And if you have done this, you played around with these notes, maybe even down to the F, you can start to do this exercise about overblowing the harmonics, which I have in another video. I do this exercise with my students quite early because it really helps them to build up the muscles, the embouchure. I also have a video about building an embouchure, you can watch that too. So that's all for this beginner lesson for this time. See you next time. Bye bye.